How to plan a schedule. It's always good to plan ahead, but before you start punching things into the course planning tool, make sure you check out the programs and course catalog in the Douglas College website. Let's take a look at the Associate of Arts degree for psychology. There are a few tabs here for you to peruse from, but most important of all is program requirements. This curriculum framework sets the structure in which you'll be planning your schedules for. Click on a class to check out its prerequisites. In this way, you'll understand how to structure your semesters. In this case, I would have to take Psychology 1100 and 1200 before I'm able to take Psychology 2300. Keep this in mind when creating schedules for yourself. Once you're sure of the courses you want to take, check out the registration guideline under Study at Douglas. To get there, hover over Study at Douglas and under Register, select Canadian Students. On the left-hand menu bar, select Registration Step by Step, and you'll get a complete registration guideline. Make sure you follow these while registering for classes. Once you're ready to visualize your timetable using the course planning tool, you'll want to head into your MyAccount. To get there, hover over Login, then select the MyAccount option. Enter in your student number and PIN, and then hit Login. If you've forgotten any of that information, please follow the instructions at the top. Select Registration, and then look up classes. The system will ask you for the semester you're planning for. And here we have the course planning tool. You can narrow your search if you know what you're looking for. Make sure you choose the appropriate criteria in the specific category. Let's dissect these categories, starting from the top. Your fee type is your residential status. You'll either be a BC resident or an international student. Underneath that is subject. There are multiple subjects you can choose from based on the programs and course catalog. Select the subject or subjects that you've been planning for. This works in conjunction with the category below. If you have a specific course in mind, all you'll need to do is select the appropriate criterion in the subject category and then enter in the course number here. Following that, all you need to do is scroll down to search, and you'll generate a list of classes with that course number. In the category under number, you can select the campus. Following that, you can select your session type. You could also choose to only attend weekend classes. Below days is the instructors category. For quick navigation in a category, type in the first letter of, say, an instructor or a subject, and the course planning tool will immediately send you to the section in alphabetical order. For multiple selections in a category, hold Control and click on Multiple Criteria. This allows you to search for multiple subjects or teachers at the same time. Once you're satisfied with the results, make sure to hit Search at the bottom left of the screen. Now here's a list of biology classes I had already generated. There's a lot to digest here, so let's dissect this starting from right to left. So in the very right-hand column here is prerequisites. Now the signifier for here is either two things, no or yes. If it does say yes, like it does in Biology 1203, you would have to search the programs and course catalog for the prerequisite specifically. In the column to the left is the primary instructor. In the column over, this is the campus location. N signifies for the New Westminster campus, and then a C would signify the Coquitlam campus, or the David Lamb campus. This is the start and end dates of the semester. In the column over, this is the status column. There will be three possible signifiers in the status column. It will be either waitlist, open, or restricted. An open class would mean you would be able to register. It would mean that there are still remaining seats in the class, and that enrollment is less than the maximum amount of students able to take the class. If you see waitlist, like you do right here, that means that there is currently an active waitlist for the class. Since we explained what all of these mean, let's go over to this column right here. This is kind of self-explanatory. This is just the title of the class. But if you click this hyperlink, it actually gives you a little bit more detailed information. This is for the winter semester, the CRN, the subject, all of that neat fun stuff. And this is the course description, which is a little bit more information while you're in the course planning tool. Now, keep in mind, this is the exact same thing as something you would find in the Programs and Course Catalog, you'll also notice there is an overview section with a lot more specificity of what's going to be covered within the class. Going over to the column to the left, this is the amount of credits that the class is worth. This is the subject. This is what I would write into the heading of an email I'd send my professor, or if I was writing a final exam. And then in the column over, this is the CRN. We'll go over CRNs when we get to the worksheet. The below information is also vital to planning for two reasons. You'll see here that biology runs in 2 different days and 2 different classrooms, so if the classes happen to occur in different campuses, that would be something to keep in mind. But more importantly, this is the area where you would see section notes. Section notes will provide you with important registration information about the course. This one, for example, states that you don't have to sign up for a separate lab. It shows when the labs are offered, and you can choose which one you want to attend. Remember to go back to the category and criteria page if the results you see here aren't to your liking. You could always widen your search for a specific class. Once you're happy with the results though, all you'd have to do is check this box on the left here, and then scroll all the way to the bottom of the screen, and then click Worksheet. So this part of the course planning tool is called the worksheet, and I'm going to explain it from the top to the bottom. This top part here is an overview of the classes you've selected. This next column over here is the campus location. This is important, mostly because of course conflicts. I'll get to that in a moment, but I'm just going to explain the bottom visual right here. So this is a visual representation of what your semester would look like. It's separated into weeks, and you can change the weeks by selecting this action box. The courses I've selected here don't deviate from week to week. But if you had a more select program that does deviate from week to week, you can view that here, and it would visually show that. Going back to the campus location, the reason why I bring it up is because course conflicts are really just time conflicts. They're not location conflicts. So, for example, if 2300, Biology 2300 occurred on Friday, the exact same time, the exact same date, it would appear in orange, and the worksheet wouldn't let me to continue on to register at the bottom of the screen. Instead, it would force me to fix that. That's the beauty of the worksheet. However, in terms of campus location, if Biology 1110 here occurred exactly at 10:30 a.m., right after Biology 2400, it would not occur in orange. And that's a problem because I would have to travel from the New West campus to the Coquitlam campus within the 10 minutes that separates the 2 classes. That's almost impossible, but the system will not notify you. So that's why we put the campus name of where the class is held. It's important to keep that in mind when you're planning for yourself. Let's say I'm satisfied with all of this. Now, if this was my registration time, all I would have to do was scroll to the bottom of the screen, hit register. The system would send me to the add or drop screen, and then from here on I'd just submit changes and I'd be registered in the classes. Now, if I was planning months in advance, I would have to write down the CRNs. Now, the reason why CRNs are so important is because there is no mechanism in the course planning tool to save your prospective schedule. Because of which, one of the best ways around that is to write down the CRNs, or take a picture of the screen, just so that you have the CRN stored somewhere. If you want to understand how doing that will help you come registration time, go check out Douglas College's video about how to add or drop courses. If you're not completely happy with your schedule and you want to make some changes, that's completely okay. If you want to remove a class, all you'd have to do is select the action box on the left, and then scroll down to the screen and select Update Worksheet. And now my slate is clean, it's wiped blank. I can start new on scheduling myself for the next semester.
That's it for this tutorial. And if things still don't make sense, give us a call or shoot us an email. We'd love to hear from you. Make sure you're following Douglas College on Facebook and Twitter, or download the Douglas College app to find out what's happening on campus. Thanks for watching, and as always, talk to an advisor for more help.